Hey, welcome back to my channel. And yeah, I decided to do another what if series, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this one. And yeah, I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna be putting Naruto in the Grand Theft Auto universe. Now, before I do anything, let me just get some things out the way. I'm gonna be pairing up Naruto with Tracy, and no, he's not gonna have no secret relationship or an affair with Amanda, because I don't like doing it unless the guy that the chick is with is just a complete dick and doesn't really care for his wife. But that doesn't include Michael though. Michael, he is all right to me. And no, there will not be no chakra or anything related to chakra in this, because that's kind of stupid in the Grand Theft Auto world, in my opinion. Well, unless you can find some way to make it work, then hey. But yeah, and this might be a harem story with some other women in the Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto, kind of like the strippers here and there, and also some other women from the storyline of GTA if y'all want that. But there will be no girls from Naruto. I repeat, there will be no other girls from the Naruto series in this. Not a not a single nothing. Not a single one. And also, I'm going to say this now before I end up forgetting it. In the end of this, I might put an extra part to it as an epilogue as to what happened with the characters of GTA. Now, for this one, it might be a bit short. Not short, but I'm just talking about the beginning. And so, yeah, I guess that's all I had to say. If you have any questions, you're free to leave it in the comments. And so, yeah, without any further ado, let's get the show on the road.
Hey yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
It was a stormy morning in North Yankton. There wasn't really anything interesting to begin with, just ice covered roads and 3 feet deep snow covering the outer edges of the road. Yep, nothing interesting but the soothing silence of the cold wind to be heard. That is until sirens and gunshots could be heard not too far away. And looking towards the area where all the ruckus was coming from, you could see a truck that was holding 3 adults and one young teenager. Seemed to be around the age of 16 to 18, being chased by a police car. By the looks of it, the cops were hot on their tail, and they were slowly gaining up on them. Fuck, how did this happen? The driver said out loud. He saw the police were closing up on them from the truck's door window. Go, 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 go! Michael yelled as he held down his head just in case they were being shot at. Fuck, Trevor said softly as he grabbed his rifle from the floor of the car before smashing it in the window with the butt of the gun. He then leaned his body halfway out the window and started firing at the police car beside them, trying to scare them off or kill them. Apparently, this did the opposite and only encouraged the cop car to go faster until they were head to head with the truck. The officer in the passenger side then pulled out his pistol out of his holster and aimed it at the driver. Shit, I think they're gonna. was the last thing the driver said before he was shot in the head, ending the man's life, and, losing control of the vehicle for a second. Local Yankee spotted, Michael said as he unbuckled his seatbelt and pushed the dead driver out of the car. Ah, that guy was a dick. I never liked him anyway, Naruto said as he watched Michael take the driver's seat. Huh, couldn't have said it better myself, kid, Michael spoke to Naruto. He then looked at the cop car and saw that they was shooting at him too. He gritted his teeth, clenched his hands on the steering wheel, and said, "Fuck you too!" He yelled as he rammed the truck into the police car, sending the vehicle off the road, smashing into a large tree, where they surely probably died from the impact. If they didn't, then the amount of blood loss will soon end their miserable lives. And, Naruto, Trevor, and Michael cheered and laughed as they lost the annoying weight that they had on them, including those policemen. Alright, come on, Michael, let's get to the chopper, Trevor said, a little irritated at the speed they were going in. Hold your horses, Trevor. We'll be there in no time, Michael said. He put a bit more pressure on the gas, but not too much, to have the vehicle start losing its balance. And, once they made it past some train tracks, Trevor saw that there were a train heading towards that direction, where they needed to go to get to the helicopter. If they didn't make it in time, well, they're fucked. And, not wanting to get caught anytime soon, Trevor started to pressure Michael into going faster. Come on, Michael, we gotta get there quickly. We can beat the train. Jesus, Trevor. Don't worry, we're getting there, Michael said frustratingly, only having one of his friends breathing down his neck every 2 seconds. Naruto scowled at the two as they continued their argument. This wasn't anything new to him. He's been around Trevor and Michael for a long time to know what type of people they are and if he can trust them or not. He eventually grew fond of with one another without abandoning each other, even if they had their disagreements at times. Michael looked up at Naruto looked up at Michael as sort of a father figure throughout their lives of criminals together. Although Michael never showed it, deep down he knew that he felt the same way. As for Trevor, well, that's a whole different story. The two were sort of like insane partners with other occupations. But Naruto was always the one to snap out of things before they got way out of hand. But Trevor, well, he's always been crazy for the entire time Naruto knew him. So soon he snapped out of his thoughts as he heard the sirens coming from the direction up front. Cops are coming our way, he yelled. Trevor, seeing that the cops didn't know what vehicle they were in, placed their hand on Naruto's shoulder. Be cool. They don't know that we're in this car yet. Naruto calmed down a bit as a few more police passed him without raising inspection on who was in the vehicle. He then sat back in the chair and relaxed for another minute. Shit, roadblock! Naruto jolted at the sound of Michael's voice yelling. The sound of Michael's voice soon cut off by a honking of the train. Looking to his right, Trevor saw that the train was closing fast onto the only road that can help them escape from the cops. Go right! We can beat the train! And Michael took a sharp right, barely avoiding the gunshots of the policemen that were openly firing on him, and he slammed his foot on the gas. We're not going to make it, Naruto shouted as he saw the train closing in. We're going to make it, kid, don't worry, Michael shouted in encouragement as he pressed the gas pedal all the way down to the floor. The three screamed as they barely made it across the train tracks, but the train managed to hit the back of the truck, sending the vehicle spinning around till they hit a tree. The three sat up for a second as they tried to calm their rapid beating hearts on being so close to death's door. Uh, are you guys alright? Yeah, I'm fine, Trevor said. How about you, kid? You alright? Michael asked, worrying as he looked towards where Naruto was sitting. Yeah, I'm fine, just a little dizzy, Naruto rubbed his head in pain at the sudden dizziness that was washed over him. And Trevor kicked aside the door open before he grabbed his carbine rifle and hit it up. Come on, ditch the car. We can go this way to the chopper. No, hey, Michael said as he got out of the car, soon followed by Naruto. Stick to the plan. What? Stick to the fucking plan. Come on. Michael wobbled a bit, only to be helped by Naruto soon after. Thanks, kid. Michael looked at Naruto. No, no problem. Naruto continued to help Michael until he was sure that he could get his footing right. As soon as Michael got his footing right, the three then started to head to the small neighborhood. And by the looks of it, the place seemed very quiet. Where the fuck is the chopper? Naruto said, but the two gave no reply. Easy, kid. Getting all riled up like this won't do us anything, Michael said, trying to calm down Naruto. Yeah, you're right. Naruto calmed down a bit. He took a breath before he stand to walk to the back of the place. I'm going to check around back. That was all he could say before a gunshot was heard from the distance, causing him to take a bullet to the heart, or right underneath it, that was supposed to be meant for Trevor. Ah! Naruto screamed in pain as he let go of the duffel bag filled with half the cash that they stole. Run, it's the fucking feds. Someone must have fucking talked. Trevor yelled as he ran and took cover behind a dumpster where Michael went up to check on his future son-in-law. Okay, good, good. Now, you listen to me. You're going to live, okay? Once this is over, Tracy said that she wanted to give you a surprise. Something she's been holding back for quite a while. Some time now. Don't do this for me. Do this for her. Michael spoke quickly as he fought down the tears that were building up in his eyes. Naruto could only nod his head to show Michael he understood. And Michael grabbed his gun and started to stand back up. Alright, Naruto's gonna be alright. But we gotta get the fuck out of here. Naruto watched as Michael stood up and shouted towards Trevor. He couldn't really hear what they were saying though. His hearing became dimmer and his vision faded rapidly. Before he could give out, he heard the faint sound of another gunshot, which was soon followed by the sight of Michael falling down right next to him. And, the last thing he saw was the pain expression plastered on Michael's face before his world went black. Londendorf Cemetery. The total of 4 people stood around the grave as the priest was giving a final saying to the man who was being buried, Michael. The priest gave a long speech on how Michael was a good man but not a good citizen in Londendorf. I hope I'm saying that word right. He explained how they weren't right to judge Michael and that every one of them will be born in sin and will die in sin. The man that shot Naruto and Michael scoffed at the priest's declaration of Michael of his before he went on out smoking a cigarette. Outside the cemetery, a man walked behind the tree and watched the priest give a speech on his deceased's body. He knew who was in the coffin, but he felt guilty about it. It was tragic that a person in the coffin had to die. He was so young too. He had a whole life ahead of him, but instead of enjoying it with someone who made his life happy, he had to take a path of the crime life. Jesus, I'm sorry, Naruto. I knew I shouldn't have brought you along this dangerous path. Jimmy will be devastated once he hears this. Amanda will probably hate me even more. Even my kids might hate me for dragging you into this mess as well. But I'm even more worried about Trace. I wonder how she'll take this. Michael grabbed his cigarette from his mouth and threw it on the ground before walking away. She won't take this well, that's for sure. And so, yeah, for that, I'm going to end it right there. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, tell me what you think. And so yeah, I'm on my road to 1K. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, I keep it tall on me if they got a screw loose. They messing with my big homie, they must be a damn fool. I buy me some jewelry, under pressure I stay round the clock, tone forward. Class clown back in high school. I'm in love with designers, fancy taste. Laying down the recliner, stay in place. And you know I keep it rockin', got a 40 in my pocket. Niggas say that I'm the plug, and I ain't talking socket. For your love, run the race, cockpit I drive, detour out of space. Never been so high.